All right, I have no idea who's gonna win Game 7 in tomorrow's game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics. I mean, it can go either way. I know that Celtics fans are gonna be like, "Hey, our team is gonna win. They're the better team." Blah 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 blah. So we'll see. And same goes for the Sixers fans. But after what I've seen in Game 6, I watched a little bit of it. I don't know. I mean, if Philly ends up dropping the series and get eliminated from the playoffs, Game 6 is the one they're going to be looking back and they're going to be kicking themselves big time. I mean, Jason Tatum was playing as bad of a basketball as he can play. At one point, I think he was 1 for 14 or something like that. And this was going to the fourth quarter. And you're telling me that you couldn't stop him? You let him get going? Wow. That's like Kobe Bryant struggling in the opposing team be like, "Oh, we're good. This game is in the bag." No, you got Kobe Bryant and LA Lakers. You realize he can catch on fire at any moment. And that's what happened with Jason Tatum. He caught fire in the fourth quarter, and the Philly 76ers couldn't do anything about it. So, like I said, we're going to find out in Game 7 tomorrow on Mother's Day. And for me, I always had a feeling that the series was going to go to 7 games due to its back and forth. I mean, these teams can't put back-to-back winning performances, you know? So, who knows? If the if the Celtics win, that's a big if. I mean, they're going to be facing the Miami Heat, and I think that would be a very interesting Eastern Conference Finals. Now, if the Celtics lose and the Philly ends up winning, that's going to be an interesting finals as well against the Miami Heat. Let me talk about a little bit about the Knicks and the Heat. I mean, the Knicks, they had a good season. They did. They need a bench. They need Julius Randle to play better in the playoffs. Giving up on him is pretty stupid. RJ Barrett needs to play better, but then again, I'm not sold on the idea of Duke Blue Devils balling and being this awesome players in the NBA, because we've seen time and time again the only great in collegiate level come professional level, which is the NBA. They're rare. They really are. Grant Hill is one of the rare players. Came out of Duke and just put up monster numbers before injury got him. So, and I've been hearing that they should go out and get Damian Lillard. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you gotta do it in order to get your team to the next level, so be it. Even ESPN Stephen A. Smith feels that they need to go get Damian Lillard. I mean, he's loyal to a fault. He reminds me of Kevin Garnett. Remember the days with Kevin Garnett with the Minnesota Timberwolves? He will not leave. He will not get traded. He do not want to play anywhere else but the Minnesota Timberwolves. In fact, I felt that at times he was loyal to a fault. That's what I'm seeing in like Damian Lillard with the Portland Trail Blazers. And he knows that it's not a he's going to have to move on from the Portland Trail Blazers because he doesn't want to be part of the rebuilding process. He even said so on his podcast or the interview or whatever it was. So, yeah. As far as the Miami Heat, I mean, what can you say about this team, man? I mean, this team was struggling all season long. They even lost in the play-in game before I think they played the Bulls, if I'm not mistaken, and they won the play-in game to get into the playoffs and just basically smacked the Milwaukee Bucks upside the head in 5 games and got Mike Bulldozen fired and put the New York Knicks out of the playoffs in 6 games, and now they're sitting pretty, smelling like roses in the Eastern Conference Finals. Just imagine if they get back to the NBA Finals. That'd be the first time since 2020 season, which that was in the bubble, which they lost to the Lakers. I think it was in 5 or 6 games. I can't remember. So Jimmy Butler doing his thing, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Kevin Love, Duncan Robinson. He stepped up big time since Tyler Hero was out for the season with a broken, I think it was a broken wrist or a broken bone in his right hand. I think that's a shooting hand. So Eric Spoelstra, I mean, he's one heck of a coach. You can't take that away from him, you know. So, and now in the world of hockey, we got the Eastern Conference final set. Who's going to be the king of the South between the Florida Panthers and versus the Carolina Hurricanes? Oh my goodness. Now, there are 3 teams has never won the Stanley Cup before. The Seattle Kraken, this is their first year of the existence. Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers. So, which one of these 3 teams will win the Stanley Cup? If you're a hockey fan, drop your comments down below if you want to. Now, as far as NFL schedule, I didn't watch it. I was too busy rewatching NBC's Chuck and watching One Piece. Thankfully, I'm at season 20. Thankfully, my goodness. So far, it's awesome, but I'll get to that in the future. Now, I saw the Carolina Panthers schedule, and I've seen people on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, elsewhere, and, you know, people are saying that, oh, the Carolina Panthers going to win 11 or 12 or 13 games. I'm like, here we go again with that nonsense. Come on now. Look, I know they have the strength of schedule at, the 27th, which is the 5th easiest. But I've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it now. Just because a team has a light schedule doesn't guarantee them a playoff spot. Other teams are going to get ready to come to play football too. They're not going to lay down for Carolina Panthers. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have to work for that victory. And for what I've seen, I've been doing a little bit of back and forth, even though Carolina Panthers have 2 primetime games, September 18th at home against the New Orleans Saints. Of course, I'm going to watch that. And Prime Video, Thursday Night Football, in the Windy City, Soldier Field, Chi-Town against the Chicago Bears. DJ Moore going to be playing there. Great. Something tells me that it's going to be a 2014 vibe where the Panthers got smoked big time by the Baltimore Ravens, but anything can happen. I don't know, seeing them winning 10 games. I can see them winning 8. You know, that's how I feel. I can't see Carolina Panthers sweeping the Atlanta Falcons. They have trouble beating them. It's a one-sided rivalry. Don't get me started with the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They always struggle against those teams. So, without further ado, what's your thoughts on the sports topics? Big Cat, signing out. Have a good Saturday. Peace.